Welcome to CryptoBytes, the podcast where we find today's news and information in the crypto space and break it down into bite-sized chunks. I'm your host, Rick.
And this is Rob. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the US Treasury cracking down on crypto. But before we start, if you're interested in $10 of free Bitcoin, go to the link above, swanbitcoin.com/AGC. Sign up, start stacking, get $10 of free Bitcoin. Also, we are a Cardano stake pool operator. So another way to help support us, you can delegate to our stake pool. Just open up any wallet. We prefer Eternal Wallet. Go to the staking tab, type in AGC, and hit delegate. It's that easy, folks. It's that easy. We're 4 blocks under our belt that have been minted. So if you're interested in a low saturated stake pool that's minting blocks, check out AGC. You got anything to say, Rick?
I do. You know, we're super low saturated, meaning that you stake with us, maximum rewards. I mean, sure, you could stake with somebody else with the millions of other people staking with them, but you know, you will be fighting amongst a pool of a very, very small number of delegates. So stake with us, ticker AGC. So tell me more about this, Rob. We cracking down? We finally legitimizing the crypto?
I don't know, man. This news broke last week. The US Treasury sanctioned Tornado Cash. This is probably, to my knowledge, one of the first in ever in the world of a country cracking down on a protocol. I think something that could have been equivalent to this was the Silk Road. It has flavors of it once you read into this story. So the U.S. Treasury, they sanctioned Tornado Cash, saying that they wanted to prevent North Koreans from mixing crypto and becoming somewhat harder to track. I mean, that's the story they say. A lot of people in this space laugh at that, saying is what a dumb excuse. But this has a lot of implications, man. A lot of different protocols started banning addresses. I know Aave started blacklisting addresses. US Circle started freezing assets as well on certain coins and wallets. And before we went live, we were talking a bill of goods that just wasn't there.
Yep.
The whole pitch of Web3 was supposed to be decentralized. Here's the buzzwords: decentralization, democratize, own your own information. Yeah, but where is that data being hosted? You take a look at servers, or I guess where Ethereum protocols are being operated from. A lot of them are on Amazon Web Services.
Well, I mean, if they're not on Amazon, they're on Google. So
that's your Web3, folks. It's owned by tech billionaires, and since the beginning of the crypto bear market, people have been saying this, and maybe now it's just starting to sink in that decentralization probably isn't there for a lot of protocols like Ethereum, possibly even Cardano, dare I say.
Well, I mean, it really. All right, so here's what it comes down to, right? Any proof of stake protocol, right, is going to be subject to something like this because it's just not economical to run bare bones servers in a lot of these people's homes or even just running it in an office location. Rather, the buzzword of the past decade comes to mind, and that's cloud computing. And everyone's using cloud computing, literally everyone, because it's easier and it's cheaper in the long run for a lot of these people. And there aren't many companies out there to reliably put this stuff on. Sure, there are tons of companies that offer it, but if you want an SLA that's above 3 nines, you really only have like 2 options here, 3 options at the most.
Right, and that's, I guess, one of the drawbacks to proof of stake, or even any proof of work, except for Bitcoin, because people, they will shell out the money
Proof of work's different. Yeah, proof of work's
for those
different.
servers.
You can't cloud compute that. I mean, you could pay to have someone else do that in their place, but like that's different. Proof
No,
of stake, like of course we can cloud compute these.
right. So I mean, we talk about proof of stake. We talk about a country blacklisting a certain protocol. And I mean, I've been in some Twitter spaces this past week, and people are saying like this could violate the First Amendment. They're saying code is speech, but I mean, we all know that speech is regulated to a certain extent, right? You can't do certain things in certain situations or say. And if you're helping people that are at war with us, as in the North Koreans, you can't just say it's free speech. I think
We have a
I
word for that. It's called treason.
right. And it can get to the point where maybe the State Department could dictate to these. No, you gotta run this specific version of of this protocol, or we're gonna call up Amazon Web Services and nuke your servers. So again, it's the more you're in the space, the more, at least for me, I mean, I certainly lean towards Bitcoin.
See,
Because that's really hard to censor at this point.
I'm of the school of thought that there will never be any real decentralization. In fact, centralization's real. I think I mentioned on one of the previous shows. Like, if you want proof of all of this, like all you everything you do, everything you are, you're a part of a database. You are constantly being data mined. In fact, everything about you, your personal identity, is the most valuable thing you truly own. But you give it up of your own free will, and it's already owned. So everything that you currently know, everything that you currently do has been and will be predicted. All that's left now is any kind of item you choose to keep to yourself. And unfortunately, decentralization is a pipe dream in that regard. I mean, even Cardano, the decentralization, is trying to get people on their blockchain to put their identity there. Ethereum too, the soul tokens or whatever. It's all decentralized, and yet they want all your information centralized yet again.
Right. So, I mean, the U.S. Treasury Department cracking down on certain protocols, but I mean, this is the 1-2 punch right here. Not only did they blacklist Tornado Cash and a bunch of addresses, but they also had the developer arrested. This guy is going to be rotting in jail for a long time, just like the guy behind the Silk Road. He's currently in prison. Sitting in his cell, and every Bitcoin conference they always bring him up. I forget his name, so forgive me. But I mean, this is it just comes logical when you go against a regime like what we have here in the U.S.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so don't help terrorists or people at war with the U.S. launder money. That's what it boils down to. But at the same time, if you're trying to hide your transactions, maybe you should use cash, because not only is cash anonymous, but it's also used by terrorists to buy whatever they need for whatever purposes they want.
That's funny, but yeah, you're right, man. Like if you're trying to do something illegal with your cryptocurrency at this point, you're doing it wrong. Everything's so easily trackable at this point that even your Bitcoin wallet, ladies and gentlemen, is being tracked. Every transaction you've ever done is being tracked in a centralized location at this point. That's right, beyond the blockchain. It's probably the name of the company, Beyond the Blockchain.
Bitcoin's a little bit easier to obfuscate your transactions. You're going to have multiple addresses, and they do not link to the entire contents of your wallet. Unlike Cardano, if you know one address, you can see the entire content of that wallet. And I do know that some people.
That's if you're looking in the blockchain. I'm talking beyond the blockchain. Just documenting all of this outside of the blockchain altogether. Yeah, seriously. Just this is the transaction that happened, and then there's whole algorithms that run on that build a person and then map you over to the other algorithms that have been built on you.
Right. Yeah, and that just goes into, again, I mean, you have a GPS system in your palm of your hand or in your pocket.
Yeah, correct.
And now you have your transaction data, which I mean, Amazon would love. I mean, they already know your transaction data if you have an Amazon Prime account, but this is even better. This is like what you're buying with your crypto, which they don't have that vision yet. I mean, I guess everyone would have that vision, and they just gotta query the blockchain or just look at some block explorer. But you might have your identity tied to your wallet in the future.
In fact, funny enough, you mentioned something like that. When I listen to Kevin O'Leary talk about cryptocurrency, he has less to say about the coin and all to say about the wallet. So be careful, ladies and gentlemen.
Wallet regulation. These VCs, these people in the industry, they're crying out for regulation. This guy's been
You can't regulate the coin. It's going to be the wallet. Watch out.
Mr. Wonderful has been talking about a green Bitcoin and calling anything that's not on an ESG approved system blood coin. Yeah,
this guy's my new hero.
he was kind of laughed out of a Bitcoin conference a couple of years ago for saying that. If we've been trying to push that idea. At the end of the day, the protocol is going to win. It's more profitable, and if Dan or wherever, they're just going to go to a jurisdiction that's more favorable for Bitcoin, and that could be
volcano-powered Bitcoin. I'm a fan.
Right, and then that would be like a truly. I guess that would put some fire underneath that system to take it off and get into orbit, more so than it is now. Yeah, more so than it is now.
I like it. That's
yeah,
good.
I mean, we already spoke about Aave blocking addresses. Ethereum started cracking down. I guess MetaMask as well. Ethereum. The centralization.
Right.
It's like once you thought you were down, now here comes the other boot, and then they pivot, and then they twist back, and you're like, I just can't take it anymore. They probably want you to capitulate, but I would say stack Cardano and stack Bitcoin.
Stack Bitcoin, most def.
Link above for $10 of free Bitcoin. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here. I mean, we live in interesting times. If you thought you live in boring times, just open up a newspaper if that's still a thing in your area. If not, just go online. Just go online and type whatever topic that might come to your head, and you'll find some interesting news articles regarding that. Once again, $10 of free Bitcoin. Go to the link above, swanbitcoin.com/AGC. Rick, you can talk about the pool a little bit.
We're minting blocks, people. We're 4 blocks deep. That's 4 blocks. And may I remind you, our block is no different than a pool with millions of delegators already on there minting the same block. Just know that our block's different, that when it puts pants on, it makes gold records and gets you more back. Less delegators, more rewards. AGC. Come stake with us.
Right. And if you're interested in following us on Twitter, you can follow me at Our Heroes Crypto. And if you're interested in all things related to NFTs, you can follow our buddy Keys at NFTs with Keys. Thank you to him for producing this show.
And if you're interested in all of this, onlyfans.com/Rick Rickelson.
Yeah, so look that up, and if you're interested in becoming a fan of his, go there. But that's gonna wrap it up for today, and that's your Crypto Byte.